All right, welcome in to another special Monday episode of the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Cobold, here on the right wing with me, as usual, Max Faulkner.
Yes.
What's going on today? What's so special about Monday today that we're meeting, Max?
Well, it's just the fact that these conference tournaments are starting. That's what's big right now. You
I'm
know,
ready,
we,
baby. I'm
we just
ready,
got done
baby.
talking about the ACC together. That was a lot of fun.
Yep,
I noticed
yep.
you changed your shirt. Apparently, the look of the Irish.
Look, the look of the Irish. We know it's eventually going to run out. Now go look at that ACC podcast to see how far the luck might take them. But yeah, new shirt for this Big East breakdown. So this is going to be our Big East pod today.
Yeah,
We're looking into the Power Six conferences. We're going to break down all six.
yeah.
ACC starts tomorrow on Tuesday. Big East, that's you can find that in your feed later,
Mhm.
and the Big East starts on Wednesday. So we're sitting down today to talk a little Big East basketball.
All right. I like the Big East. I think they got some good teams this year.
I do
Okay.
too.
Heck yeah.
The Big East. I grew up in the Big East, man, watching Notre Dame and Syracuse, Pittsburgh, Uconn, Georgetown. All those teams, all those teams were ruling the Big East in the late '90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
But these last few years, after conference realignment, a lot of teams have left. Some shitty ass teams have come in, and
Yeah.
the Big East isn't what it was back then with multiple national champions.
Mhm.
But we got at least five solid teams to talk about today that
Yeah.
could be making a run in your bracket.
I think so. I think we're both on the same page with those five solid teams. All five of those, I could see a Sweet 16. Oh, we'll get to
Wow,
detailed on those teams. I
wow,
could see a Sweet 16 for all five
wow.
potentially. We got to
Hmm.
see matchups. You can't choose right now.
Got
You
to
can't
see
choose right
matchups.
now. Got to
Got to
see the
see the
matchups.
bracket. Got to see the bracket.
Um, but yeah, no, Big East is fun. They're a fun division this year, especially those top five.
Yeah, and right off the bat, we got to congratulate Shaka Smart and the Golden Eagles for
Yeah.
going not only 25-6 overall, but 17-3 in the Big East. And
Wow.
they're your 2023 Big East champions.
Yeah, the Marquette Golden Eagles are really good. Okay,
Yeah,
Shaka Smart, the fact that he left Texas, comes over to Marquette and just runs away with it. Like this is his kind of team.
oh
This
yeah,
this is I feel like that's the Shaka Smart kind of basketball is
yeah.
more on a I guess a smaller basketball team than it would be. Texas is a huge university. Okay,
Oh, state
I'm
school,
not I'm
state
not saying
school.
Marquette's not a good university. I'm
Right,
just saying
right.
it's
Texas.
when you compare it to Texas, what team is going to bring in more revenue? You
Exactly.
know,
They
you
don't
know,
have the donors and the sponsors.
yeah,
Texas is a state school. Like, yeah.
yeah,
But they're your Big East champions and the one seed in the Big East tournament held in New York City this year, as
yeah.
usual. But this baby, like we said, starts off on Wednesday. First matchup that we have is the 8-9 matchup. We got St. John's and Butler.
Mm,
These everybody plays twice in the Big East. So these two teams split their matchups with the home team both winning. St. John's won theirs by what is that? 16, and Butler won theirs by 2. So
okay.
how does that make you feel about the third round match of this series?
Sounds like a toss up to me. I mean, it could be either or here. I'm going to go ahead and go with the upset with Butler. I'm going
I
with the Butler
freaking
Bulldogs.
I knew you were gonna pick Butler.
Well, do you have them or you're like yeah,
Nope, nope. I got St. John's actually one game better,
or
one game better in the Big East, better at Ken Palm, better in the net. I got St. John's in a close one, but like we said, that's a toss up.
it's a toss up. There's not much more to talk about when it comes to
Nah,
those two teams. So
nah.
we can already move on.
Next matchup, we got the 7-10 game. We got Seton Hall and DePaul. Seton Hall got both of the matchups.
Yeah.
First one by 4, next one by 5. So both kind of tight games here.
Hmm.
Do you smell an upset from the 10th
No,
seeded DePaul Blue Demons? Are they the Blue Demons? I'm gonna look this up. But tell me what you think about the
they're
matchup.
the Pirates, Seton Hall Pirates. Oh, I'm sorry, DePaul. Yeah, you're right. Blue Demons. Yeah, Blue Demons. Yeah. Um, you
Blue
know,
Demons.
a wise man once said that it's hard to beat a good team three times. All
Well,
right.
That's pretty
Well,
wise.
I am not going to take that wisdom, and I'm still going to go with Seton Hall. Still go with Seton Hall Pirates. They're going
Yeah,
to sweep DePaul because
yeah.
DePaul is a crappy basketball school.
DePaul sucks. 3 and
Yeah,
17 in the Big East. 150th at Ken Palm. 172nd in the net. Fuck DePaul. You're going home early.
yeah.
Next matchup, we got a couple of just. I mean, these two teams back in the day would have been a this would have been a sellout crowd. Sixth seeded Villanova and 11th
Yeah,
seeded Georgetown.
yeah.
Couple of, I mean, this could be a rivalry right here. They Nova got both. First one by 16, the next one by 4. Do you have an upset here?
I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Georgetown sucks. They suck. They need a new coach. Sorry, Patrick Ewing, you suck. You're not a good coach. I mean, you can sit there. Well, what players do I have? It's like like I've
Uh,
seen plenty of coaches that figured it out with what they have, and obviously you're not coaching them in a way that is going to be successful. Go
yeah.
Villanova. Villanova stole a couple games this year against some of those big five teams that we're about to mention.
Mhm.
So I got Villanova.
I got Villanova too. Georgetown is 7 and 24 overall, 2 and 18 in the Big East. They're 219th at Ken Palm with a 237th ranked defense, and they're also 235th in the net. Patrick Ewing is in his 6th year. You mentioned Big Pat. He's in his 6th year at his alma mater. He's got a record of 75 and 108, which is the last 2 years, 13 and 49. The last 2 years.
Yikes! Time to
Uh,
go.
and I want to say he got an extension after that Big East tournament championship run that got him in the tournament. He got an extension, and I believe he's got 3 more years on that extension.
Oh my gosh.
Do you buy
Well,
the, Do you buy this guy out? You send him home?
yeah, just see you later. Can we start winning some basketball games? Because this is
Sorry,
pathetic.
Pat. 13 and 49 in the last 2 years.
It sucks. It sucks.
Awful. You should be able to recruit to Georgetown. You're Patrick Ewing. Come on,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. Why not get some big dogs? Yeah, you're one of the best centers that we've seen, right, in the NBA. I'm sure you can get some big dogs that are like, hey, I want to learn how to be a top big dog like Patrick Ewing.
Yeah,
Apparently not.
apparently not. Next day on Thursday, we got the quarterfinals already. Marquette sitting there waiting, and I got St. John's moving on, but doesn't matter. I got Marquette, no doubt.
We can I got Butler versus Marquette, but it's the Golden Eagles. We just
Yeah,
bragged about this team. There's no way
yeah.
they're going down early against Butler or St. John's. No way.
No, 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 no.
Go Marquette.
Next quarterfinal matchup might be the juiciest of the day, the 4-5 matchup with UConn and Providence. These guys obviously played twice.
Yeah,
Home team got them both, so we split here.
yeah.
Um, Providence won theirs by 12. UConn theirs by 18. So both games are in double digits.
Mm.
What are you thinking here?
Oh, this is such a fun matchup. Another couple of teams that are part of that top five. Woo, it makes me sweaty. It makes me sweaty because Providence has a really good coach. I
They do.
really like Providence's coach.
Ed Cooley.
Ed Cooley. Sorry, yeah, geez, I went blank for a second. Ed Cooley,
That's
he's
all right.
awesome.
That's
He's a
all
great
right.
coach. He's a great
Yeah.
coach. UConn's got that new coach that came out of uh, fucking Rhode Island, right?
Danny Hurley. Yeah, Danny
Rhode
Hurley.
Island.
Mm-hmm.
Which he's a good coach. I mean, the UConn's having a good
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
And I am going to ride with UConn on this. I am going the Huskies.
Good call.
I think they're just big. They're just
Yeah.
bigger. They're going to be pushing people around, man.
Yeah.
They play hard. UConn really figured it out towards the end of the season. They had a great start. In the middle they kind of slowed down because didn't you tell me before they had injuries, right? Didn't they have some injuries?
UConn.
Yeah.
Not, nah, maybe. Maybe.
No.
Creighton had
Oh,
a guy
that's
with
great.
mono,
Sorry,
but
I'm
that's all right.
all over the place. Creighton had some injuries. You're right.
They might have though.
Um, but anyway, they're figuring it out again. I got UConn.
I got UConn along with you.
Yeah.
Providence is 106th in defensive efficiency at Ken Palm,
Oh,
outside the top 100. So that's
oh,
gonna bite them here,
oh, heard them.
and it might drop them a seat or two in the tourney. But Providence is in there.
Yeah.
Next quarterfinal matchup is the 3-7 matchup, Xavier and Seton Hall. These two teams win at it twice. Xavier getting both of them.
Oh wow.
First one by 3, the next one by 22. Do you see a 3-game sweep for the Musketeers?
Well, wise man once said, no, Musketeers are taking this one away. Xavier moving on to the next
With
round.
you. I'm right there with you. Same. Last quarterfinal matchup on Thursday night. The two what we both the two seeded Creighton Blue Jays. Yeah, Creighton Blue Jays
Okay.
sitting there waiting. And we both got Nova moving on.
Mm-hmm.
So who do you have that Creighton Nova matchup? They both games the home team won. Creighton won theirs by 5, Nova by 12.
Oh.
What do you have in this one?
Well, I think it's going to be a fun matchup, but I think Creighton is coming on. They're back. Their team is back. They're rolling now. I think this is a team that you do not want to sleep on when it comes to the big dance. So yeah, I got Creighton beating
Yeah,
Nova.
I like Creighton a lot. I was on them. I was on Creighton before a lot of people. They went on that big win streak there in the Big East. I believe they re-entered the AP Top 25 today. But guess what, boys? I got an upset here. I got Villanova. I got Villanova
Oh,
moving on.
oh,
Yep.
jeez, my heart just
Vill-
stopped.
Villanova, are they a bubble team? Villanova is
Well, if
67th
they
at
beat
Ken
Creighton, they'll
Palm.
be.
Villanova 67th at Ken Palm, 80th in the net, 32nd ranked strength of schedule.
All right.
If they beat Creighton, add another quad one win, they're trying to make it. Villanova's trying to make it. And with that win,
Yeah,
they're going to be in the discussion. Semifinal matchups here on Friday. The
yeah.
first one we both got the same with Marquette and Uconn. What do you think about that matchup?
Ooh.
The home team won both. Marquette won theirs by 6. Uconn won theirs by 15.
Mm-hmm. All right, this one is juicy. Okay, I'm
Very
going to name out some
juicy.
stats. Maybe
Very
you
juicy.
for those of you out there, you can decide for yourself as well from just the stats that I'm going to toss out. Let's go with Marquette first. All right. They're the king right now. They're the king of the Big East. They should go first, right? All right. So
Respect.
Marquette, they're averaging 81 points per game. That's really good. 81
Yeah, that's
points?
good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. They're averaging 18 assists per game. That's the highest I've seen so far. Out of
Oh,
all the teams that I've been looking at,
okay.
that might be the highest amount of assists that you're going to see out there.
Okay.
Okay. All right. But here is where they drop off. All right. 31.5 rebounds. That's a low amount
Mm,
of rebounds. That I'm not too happy about that, but they do shoot 49.5% from the field, basically shooting 50%. And they have 4 guys that are averaging at least 11.9 points per game. So once again,
how,
they're passing the
you said
ball. They have a
how
great
many?
offense. What was that? Sorry.
How many guys?
4. Four
4 guys.
starters are averaging 11.9 points per game. Okay.
Solid.
Yeah. So let's compare with UConn. All right. UConn is averaging 79 points per game. Pretty close. That's a
Mm,
bucket. That's a bucket between them.
one
Okay.
possession.
Averaging 17.3 assists per game. Right there. They're right there with 18 compared to 18 to 17.3. Their field goal percentage is a little bit lower, 45.9%. Okay. So Marquette's got them on that. But here is the big one.
Yep.
Rebounds per game,
Yep.
39.2 compared to
Size.
31.5.
There's a size mismatch.
That is 8 extra possessions.
Yeah.
That's big time. Guess what? Because of that, I have UConn upsetting Marquette to get to the championship. Yes.
I
What do you got? What do you got?
I'm right there with you. Adama
Wow.
Sanogo, the leading scorer in the Big East, he's gonna have a field day. He's gonna. I could see 28 and 16 from the big dog. UConn's
Wow.
big. That size matters in the game
Yeah.
of
Oh yeah.
basketball. We
Oh
say
yeah.
that a lot. Size matters in the game of basketball. UConn moves on to the championship game on Saturday.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's gonna be an awesome game though. It might be a last shot or a last rebound.
The other semifinal matchup for me is Xavier and Villanova. These two teams played twice with the road team winning both matchups. Xavier winning theirs by 8, Nova winning theirs by 1. I've got Xavier moving on to play UConn in the championship game on Saturday.
I like it. I do like that. Yeah, Xavier's a good team. I think they're dropping off a little bit towards the end of this season, if I'm not mistaken. They might have had a couple bad losses recently, if I'm remembering correctly. Uh, I have Xavier versus Creighton. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I have Creighton upsetting Xavier to go to the championship. Creighton. Okay. Here's why. Okay. Let's just toss out there. I'm just going to toss out Creighton stats. Forget about Xavier. Okay. Creighton stats here.
Oh, fuck
All right.
Xavier.
Hey, you're the one that's choosing it for the championship.
I
Why don't you pull up their stats?
I got
Uh,
something for you.
all right,
But
so
go ahead.
Creighton's averaging 76.8 points per game, 37.5 rebounds,
Yeah.
15.8 assists. Here's the big one for me when it comes to Creighton. They have five starters. All five of their starters are averaging at least 11.9 points per
Mhm.
game. All five of their guys score. That's huge. And they're rebounding the ball, 37.5 rebounds per game. That's pretty damn good. All right, that is not
That's
bad.
definitely
I,
that's definitely
I got Creighton. I got Creighton.
you got Creighton moving on. I would probably have Creighton moving on if I didn't have him getting upset by Villanova the game before. But you mentioned those five starters averaging over 11.9. The next guy's averaging four flat. The next guy's averaging three flat. Next guy's averaging 2.5. It's a pretty soft bench there for Creighton.
Definitely,
But
no doubt. But for a Big East tournament, I think they can
I like
squeak out
Creighton.
with that.
I like Creighton. I'd have them in the championship if I didn't have them losing to Nova. But I got my championship matchup on Saturday night in MSG. I got UConn and Xavier.
Mm.
Just announced today recently that Zach Freemantle, the third leading scorer for Xavier and the leading rebounder, he's averaging just over 15 points and 8 rebounds. He was supposed to come back from his broken foot here for the Big East tourney, ruled out for the rest of the season. Not coming back.
Oh, that's
Big
a
man.
that's a killer. That's a killer for them.
15 and 8 a game. Was reportedly supposed to come back here for the Big East tourney. Must have had a setback with his foot, and he's been ruled out for the rest of the season. With that, I like UConn moving on to win the Big East tournament.
How about that?
Go
How about that?
Huskies. Go
No
Huskies.
doubt. That's that's a big stat that you named there. Not having that guy, especially not for the dance. Oof,
Yeah.
that's good,
Yeah.
man. That's we're talking upset in the first round, boys. We're going to be talking about that next week. We'll be talking about that. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a big loss. Big
It's a
loss.
big
Depends
loss.
on who you get, obviously. So for my championship, I have the number 3 seed versus Creighton versus the number 4 seed UConn. Okay. We already tossed out their stats. Everything is, I mean, pretty identical when you're looking at it, it's pretty evenly matched. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and agree with you, Cole Breezy. I do have the Uconn Huskies winning this
Wow.
Big East tournament. About it. First time that you and I feel like ever agreed on anything in sports. right, right here for the
Yeah.
Big East champion, the number 4 seed UConn. Yeah,
Yeah. Four seeded UConn in the Big East tourney. They've got some good computer numbers. They're fourth at Ken Palm, 10th in
sure.
offense, 12th in defense, sixth in the net. UConn's hot right now. We both have them as our Big East tourney champs.
No doubt. No doubt. I like UConn. If you're a UConn fan, you're going to be excited about the
Yeah.
dance. This is a sweet. I hate to say that this is a Sweet 16 guarantee because you got to
Oh,
see matchups first.
a
But
guarantee right here on the
I
Don't Tell Mama
guarantee
Sports podcast.
out of these top five, I think it's UConn out of all those that are getting to the Sweet 16. I would bet on it.
Wow, Sweet 16 guarantee right here on
I
March
said
6th.
I
On
said
March
wait till
6th.
matchups. I said I don't wait till matchups. But if I had to pick right now, if I had a gun in my head, a gun in my mouth,
Oh,
and they said,
jeez.
who you choosing? Who's going to the Sweet 16? UConn,
UConn.
okay. Yeah, the
UConn.
Huskies, jeez.
I'm there with you with UConn making a potential Sweet 16 run, and I'll even throw in Creighton. I'll say two, even though I got them losing to Villanova, they're going to be pissed off. They're going to be well rested. Those seniors are going to be ready to go. That bench might get some extra shots up. I don't know at practice. I don't know. But I'll say UConn and Creighton could slide in that Sweet 16.
I like both of those picks, But once again, we gotta wait to win. We gotta wait to matchups. Okay.
Gotta wait
Don't
for
if you're filling
matchups.
out your bracket already and you're not even seeing matchups, I don't
Yeah,
know what you're
yeah,
doing.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know what you're
Uh,
doing. You're just a fair weather fan. I'm
yeah,
not
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
picking Purdue to go to the Final Four because go Purdue, go Boilers. Like,
Uh,
no, no.
Big
I gotta wait till
Big Ten.
matchups. Gotta wait till
Big.
matchups.
Speaking of Purdue, Big Ten bracket podcast coming tomorrow for you Tuesday.
Yes. Well, I'm excited about that.
I think we can agree on those five locks for the tournament. Villanova at 16 and 15, 10 and 10 in the Big East. Do they make it in?
No, they do not. They have to make quite a run. If they get to the championship game, I still don't think they make it. I think they
Yeah,
have to
you have
win.
to win it.
You have to win the Big East tournament to get in.
Same with Seton Hall at 17 and 14 and 10 and 10.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about anybody else after that.
No, no.
Just to wrap up, Georgetown, you should probably fire Patrick Ewing, and everybody look out for that ACC podcast that we just did. And we got four more coming. We got the Big Ten, we got the Pac-12, SEC, and of course the juiciest of them all, the Big 12.
Yep.
We got those previews coming to your feed here this week. Max, you got anything else for the people?
No, thanks for coming out and listening to our Big East talk. Hey, this is the best time to watch basketball, everybody. Okay, if
Oh
you're
man,
Big East fans,
so
keep
excited.
your eyes on the screen
Big
because
East is fun.
they're a fun division to watch, no doubt.
And look forward to talking to you tomorrow with Big Ten. We got a
Big Ten,
special guest coming on for the Big Ten, and also a new guest coming on for the Big 12. So I'm excited to have
great,
these fellows on.
awesome.
All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, thank you. Don't tell mama, everybody. Please subscribe and leave some comments, please. Thank
Yeah,
you.
YouTube.